Hello, I'm Dr. P. Tilakavadi, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Sri Vasavi College, Erode. In this Introduction to Accounting Part 1 video, I'm going to explain about some of the introductory topics of accounting. That is meaning of accounting, attributes of accounting, accounting and bookkeeping, objectives of accounting, advantages of accounting, and limitations of accounting. First, we will see the meaning for the term accounting. Usually, accounting is often called as language of business. We can say accounting is a language of business. The purpose of language is communication. The purpose of every language is communicate the matters to the others. Accounting communicates the results of the business operations to all the interested parties, proprietor, managers, creditors, and investors. So it communicates the results, whether the company earns profit or all loss or what are all the assets, what are all the liabilities. So it accounting communicates the results to proprietor, manager, creditors, investors, etc. So we can say accounting is a language of business. American Institute of Certified Public Accountants defines accounting is the art of recording, classifying, summarizing in a significant manner in terms of money transactions and events which are of financial characters and interpreting the results thereof. So this is the definition given by American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. That is, accounting is art of first recording, classifying, then summarizing in a significant manner in terms of money transactions and events which are of financial character and interpreting the results thereof. So this is the definition for the term accounting. Next we will discuss about attributes of accounting. Based on the definition of accounting, we can discuss the attributes. The first step in the accounting process is recording. In accounting, all the transactions are recorded in a chronological order. So recording is the first attribute. All the transactions are recorded. All the entries are supported by documentary evidence. While recording the transactions, all the entries are made only on the basis of some evidence. Recording is the first step. For recording, small firms usually adopt journal system and bigger firms follow subsidiary book system. The next attribute is classification. It is the process of grouping the transaction that is called as classification. Classification takes in the book ledger. Separate accounts are opened for each expenses, each income, each property, liability, and all the persons with whom the business has dealing. So separate account is opened for all the items this and classified. This classification helps to group the numerous transactions. So this classification is done through ledger and this helps to group the numerous transactions. The next attribute is summarizing. The classified transactions are presented periodically. Usually it is submitted in a manner which is useful to the owners and other interested parties. So this summarizing takes place in the form of trial balance, trading profit and loss account, and balance sheet. So all the classified accounts, grouped accounts are presented, summarized and presented in trial balance, trading profit and loss account, and balance sheet. The next attribute is significant manner. The process of recording, classifying, and summarizing, these are carried out in a significant manner. Significant manner means that is, at every stage, the process is carried out according to the requirement of the business, according to the requirement of the firm. It is presented significantly. The next attribute is in terms of money. All the transactions are recorded in terms of money value. In accounting, the land is not expressed in the area or the furniture is not expressed in numbers. All the units are recorded in money value. Only the monetary transactions are recorded. Transactions of financial character. Next attribute is transactions of financial character. All the transactions of financial character are recorded. The transactions or events which have no financial characters are omitted in accounting. What is the level of employee skill? What is the satisfaction of the employee? Some policies. So these are all ignored because these type of transactions are having no financial character. So the transactions of financial character are recorded. The last attribute is interpreting the results. Only by interpreting the results, the firm can identify the strengths and weaknesses. Based on the interpretation, the company can forecast the future. The interpretation is useful to customers, supplier, owner, all the interested parties. Usually, the interpretation is done through ratios, fund flow statement, etc. So these are all the attributes. Recording is done through journal, classification is done through ledger, summarizing takes place in the form of trial balance, trading profit and loss account and balance sheet. So these are all done in a significant manner in terms of money value, and only the transactions of financial character are recorded. And lastly, the interpretation is done by using the ratio analysis and fund flow statement. So these are all called as attributes of accounting. Next, we will discuss about bookkeeping and accountancy. Bookkeeping and accounting, these are all the two functions. Both are very important for every business organization. Bookkeeping is responsible for recording of the financial transaction, whereas accounting is responsible for interpreting, classifying, analyzing, reporting, and summarizing the financial data. So bookkeeping is important for recording. Accounting is responsible for interpreting, classifying, analyzing, reporting, summarizing of the financial data. Now we will discuss the difference between bookkeeping and accounting. What are all the differences between bookkeeping and accounting? Bookkeeping is mainly related to identifying, measuring, and recording the financial transactions. So bookkeeping is responsible for related to identifying, measuring, and recording the financial transaction, whereas accounting is the process of summarizing, interpreting, and communicating the financial transaction. This is one of the differences. The next difference. In bookkeeping, management, based on the bookkeeping, the management cannot take any decision. But accounting, based on the accounting, the management can take even the critical business decisions. Objective of bookkeeping is keeping the records of all the financial transactions in a proper and systematic way. Keeping the records of all the financial transactions properly and systematically. Objective of accounting is measuring the financial situation and further communicate the information to the relevant authority. So this is one of the differences between bookkeeping and accounting. Bookkeeping, the financial statements are not prepared. In bookkeeping, financial statements are not prepared as a part of this process. Not prepared as a part of the process. But in accounting, financial statements are prepared during the accounting process. So in bookkeeping, financial statements are not prepared, but in accounting, financial statements are prepared. Bookkeeping does not require any skill, but accounting requires special skill for analysis. The next difference is bookkeeping does not require any analysis. Bookkeeping is just recording the transactions, so there is no need of any analysis. But accounting uses analysis, and it also interprets the data, then compiles it into reports. Then another difference is bookkeeping, there are only two types. One is single entry, another one is double entry. But accounting covers a wide range of functions, wide range of important functions. Examples, budget, plans, a lot of functions are included in accounting. Then last difference is bookkeeper and accountant. Bookkeepers are not required to have any formal education. There is no need of any formal education, not required any formal education, but accountant must have degree in accounting or finance. With sufficient experience and education, they can obtain the title certified public accountant. Even they can get the certificate. So both are bookkeeping and accounting, or both are different. These are all the differences between bookkeeping and accounting. The next, we will discuss about the objectives of accounting. The first objective is maintain full and systematic accounting records. This is the objective. Usually, the objectives are vary from company to company, but there are some common objectives. The first objective is maintain full and systematic records. Accounting is a language of business, we all know very well. So it communicates the information to all the interested persons. Hence, it is very important to maintain full and systematic record. That is the first objective. Maintaining full and systematic record. Only based on the accounting records, it communicates the results. The next objective is ascertaining profit or loss of the business. Various interested parties like owners, management, investors, creditors. So they should be supplied with the results of the business operations. Hence, the main objective of the accounting is calculating the results of the business, calculating whether the company earns a profit or loss. That is one of the objective. And the next objective is depiction of financial position. In the balance sheet, the assets and liabilities are presented. The balance sheet reflects the true and fair view of the financial position of the organization. It shows what are all the assets owned by the organization, what are all the liabilities and capital of the company. So depiction of financial position is one of the objective. And the next objective is providing information to the interested parties. This is one of the very important objective of accounting. Accounting informations are communicated to the users to take decisions. These are all communicated in the form of reports, statements, graphs, charts. So it is useful for the users. There are two type of users, internal users and the external users. Internal users means the users within the organization. Usually the staff of the organization are called as internal users. The outside users like shareholders, creditors, bankers, so they also want to know the financial position. So they are all external users. They also wanted to know, the shareholders wanted to know how much dividend we are going to get, what are all the resources of the company, what are all the obligations of the company. So accounting provides information to the interested parties. So based on this information only, they take decision, strength and weakness of the company, etc. So these are all the objectives of accounting. Next, we will discuss about advantages of accounting. There are so many advantages in accounting. The first advantage is maintenance of business records. Accounting records all the financial transactions systematically in the books of accounts. These records are used for the management to take decision. So by maintaining the records, it provides the information to the management and interested parties. So management can take decision based on this business records. This is one of the advantages. The next advantages is preparation of financial statements. So by proper recording, the company can able to prepare financial statements. The accountant can able to prepare financial statements, that is trading account, profit and loss and balance sheet. So this is very important to calculate the profit. and also to take various decisions, to take policies, to take future programs. This preparation of financial statement is useful. The another advantages is ascertainment of progress of the business. So the financial statements reveals the progress, what is the growth made in different areas, and it identify the areas of weaknesses and stagnation also. So only by accounting we can able to judge the progress of the business. The next advantages is aid to decision making. Management have to take various decisions while discharging its functions. So this accounting provides all the informations to the management for taking decisions. So based on that decisions, the management can take future policies, frame future policies. So this is a aid to decision making. Another advantage is it acts as a legal evidence. Accounting records are usually accepted as evidence in the court of law. So court is also accepting accounts as a legal evidence. This is one of the advantages. The next advantage is it helps in taxation matters. Accounting records are based for completing various taxes, for calculating various taxes, income tax, indirect tax, etc. So accounts are useful for calculating the tax. Next advantages. Information to interested groups. Various parties like shareholders, owners, other bankers, they are all interested to know the profit or loss of the company. This accounting provides information to the interested parties. It provides information to creditors, employees, customers, government, etc. This is one of the advantages. And the next advantages is valuation of business. At the time of merger or at the time of sale of the company. Merger means combining two or more companies. So at the time of merger or at the time of sale of the entity, accounting records are very much useful to value the business. So this is also one of the advantages. These are all the advantages of accounting. Okay, next we will discuss about limitations of accounting. What are all the limitations of accounting? Though there are a lot of advantages in accounting, there are some limitations. The first limitation, it records only the monetary transactions. Accounting records only transactions of financial nature. Financial transactions are expressed in terms of money. It cannot record non-financial transaction. That is one of the limitations of accounting. Non-financial transactions are omitted. Another drawback is it cannot measure the qualitative aspects. Accounting cannot measure the qualitative aspects of the products, policies, management, and workers. It cannot measure the level of satisfaction of the employees. So qualitative aspects are omitted. It records only the quantitative aspects. That is one of the limitation. Next limitation is no consideration of price level changes. Original cost of the asset may be changing due to passage of time, due to change in technology, etc. But this accounting ignores this price level changes. It always records only the historical cost. It records only the historical cost and it rely on the historical cost method. Hence, the financial statement and profits ascertained are unrealistic. The statements are not true. This is one of the drawback. Another limitation is it relies on estimates and forecast. In accounting, some data are based on estimates, some guess, some future prediction. So it may be wrong. This estimates may be wrong. So it relies on estimates and forecast is one of the limitation. And another limitation is accounting statement may be biased. It means opinion of the accountant influence some of the items like useful life of the asset, valuation of stock. There are so many methods of valuation of stock. So what method is to be followed depends on the personal judgment of the accountant. What is the method of depreciation to used to calculate? That is also depends on the accountant and other parties. So useful life, provision for debtors. So these are all influenced by accountant's personal opinion. Hence, personal opinion influence the efficiency. So it may be a wrong. So these are all the limitations of accounting. Okay, we will discuss the remaining introductory part in another video. Thank you. Thank you for listening.